This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You're watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
So let's put this into some perspective here. Of all the many countries in the world, of all the umpteen thousands of cities in the world, the millions of streets in the world, Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua just so happen to be in the south of Spain, Marbella to be precise, or so I'm led to believe, at the very same time, on the same street, and they bump into each other. Now, if you think about this, you can go on holiday to wherever, your neighbour can go on holiday to the same place, same city. What are the chances that you're actually going to bump into your neighbour? Very slim. Very slim. So it's quite obvious it's set up. They're both arranged to be there. For what reason? Now, Tyson, he's gone over there with his wife, Paris. Anthony Joshua, I believe he's gone over there with his family and that as well. And it's pretty obvious that these guys are going there to talk about a fight. How do we know this? Well, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? But Anthony Joshua, he put this picture that you guys are seeing on the screen right now on his social media with the theme of Sweet Caroline, which is the Matchroom song that's played, obviously by Neil Diamond, right before the main event starts on all their shows. Tyson Fury posted the same picture saying 2021 is going down. So these guys have been meeting up to discuss the fight. Now, what we already know before these guys met is that they've already agreed the financials. They've agreed a 50-50 split and a 2-fight deal for the fight to be happening in mid to late summer. That's something that Eddie Hearn and Freddie Cunningham have dealt with for Anthony Joshua. And for Tyson Fury, you've had MTK Global and others. Bob Arum currently, okay? I know about like a Kinahan and that as well. So they've had people working for them so far, but why are they meeting? Why do they need to meet? Well, would it surprise you to know that a lot of fighters do actually meet each other? Would it surprise you to know that Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, well, I wouldn't go as far as to say that they're friends, but they're friendly. They do speak to each other quite a bit. In fact, Tyson Fury, he's openly said, and Anthony Joshua said, that they do actually call each other up to prank each other. As in, Tyson Fury will call up, Joshua will answer the phone, and he'll say, I'm going to knock you out, Dosser, and put the phone down. Anthony Joshua will call up Tyson Fury and say, yo, I can't wait to knock you out, and put the phone down. These guys will do these kind of things, and of course they do talk about family, careers, all that kind of thing. So don't always believe all the social media bravado and the interviews that these guys will do, maybe putting each other down at times. I'm not saying they don't always mean it, but I'm saying it's a little bit hyped to what it would normally be. But fighters will usually meet up with each other to have discussions to make sure a fight will happen. Because when you're relying on certain deals, putting it in the hands of other people, there's that Chinese whisper is what's called. You see, one person will say something and it will get filtered, and before it gets to the end of the line, it's twisted a little bit. So Joshua, Fury, these guys are meeting each other just so they both know they're on the same wavelength. They're not going to be talking about the splits. That's already done. That's an obvious thing. The split would be 50-50 for the first fight. For the rematch, there'd be a 60-40 split for the winner. And as I said, it will take place in summertime. But of course, there are some obstacles to overcome. Currently, if you guys check out the previous video, there's a 7-fight tournament going on. That's exactly what it is. There's a quarter-final coming up next. Fury versus Wilder, Joshua versus Pulev, White versus Povetkin, Usyk versus Chisora. The winners of all those fights will go to the semi-final. And then the winners of those two fights will get to the final for Undisputed. What Joshua hopes is that it's him. What Fury hopes is that it's him. In fact, probably what most of boxing will hope is that it's them two, because not only is it Fury versus Joshua a mega fight, you put Undisputed on the line, it's a colossal fight. And that's the truth of it, right? But as I said, these guys do have quite a few obstacles to overcome. Maybe they're meeting, I'm just shooting in the dark here, maybe they're just meeting to talk about the possibility that this fight is not for Undisputed. Let's not risk these fights. Maybe Wilder and Dillian White, maybe Fury isn't 100% confident at getting past both of them. Maybe with Joshua, he's not confident fully to get past Pulev and Usyk. Well, I'll say both guys are not confident. They will be confident. Of course they are. They're professional boxers and they both have egos the size of a city. Of course they do. But it's heavyweight boxing. You don't know what's going to happen. Too many times fights have come close. Somebody's taken a loss. Boom. Like Anthony Joshua, he took a loss to Andy Ruiz Jr. So maybe these guys are meeting up to say, how about we get this fight on and we vacate all the belts? Why don't we just get this fight done? Why do I, Joshua, need to fight Kubrat Pulev? Why do I need to go fight Usyk? Why do you need to go fight Wilder? Why do you need to go fight Dillian White? Why are we going to go through these hurdles and potentially one of us slip up? Or both of us slip up? Why not fight now? Maybe. Maybe. Because there's no other reason for it, is there? Why would both of these guys be at the same place at the same time and bump into each other? It's not like Tyson Fury was coming past in his car and Anthony Joshua was just crossing the street and somebody somehow managed to have a camera phone on them at that precise moment. And that's the end of the conversation. They're not going to meet up. They're not going to do anything. That was it. Of course not. Of course not. There's a whole lot more to it. Believe me, there is a whole lot more to it. But of course, if you ask Joshua, if you ask Tyson Fury, they'll probably say, no, that was it. We never met up or anything. We just happened to be in the same place at the same time and never met. No, we didn't need to. What for? Or they'll probably say, yeah, we met. We had a coffee, had a bit of a chat, just spoke about family, this, that and the other. Nothing about boxing. We've got handlers for that. But I think we all know the truth. They're talking about their fight. That's exactly what they're talking about. While you may favour Fury to get past Wilder and White, ain't no guarantees of nothing. You may favour Joshua to get past Pulev and Usyk. No guarantees of nothing. For me, for my money, I would probably put it on that these guys are going to have a fight, but they'll be fighting for the Ring Magazine belt and vacate all the rest. Well, I say all the rest. Technically, the WBA does not have to be vacated because there's no mandatory at the minute. So they could just fight for the WBA and the Ring Magazine. Could do that. Well, anyway, I mean, for me, that's kind of where my money is. Of course, you drop me your comments as to why you think they just happen to be coincidentally at the same country, in the same city, in the same street, and happen to just bump into each other. Drop your thoughts below. Click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you all in the next video.